Welcome back to the Crochet Cruisers. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today is the Broadway Mirror Granny Square. This is our charity project for the Crochet Cruisers for July 2019, leaving New York City going to Bermuda and back. So we're asking all the cruisers to make at least 9 of these to bring with them on the ship, and the gray here is representing a mirror. In this particular project you're going to learn how you can change out the colors so that each quadrant is a different color. Here I've actually used 2 different colors only instead of 4. So this is one ball, another ball, another ball, and another ball. In today's tutorial though I'm gonna make sure that all 4 are different colors so that you completely understand the concept. So for those that are attending the Crochet Cruise, please do 9 of these. I want you to just pay attention to your gauge. The gauge has been represented on the pattern itself so that you can make sure that it works out. So you're gonna be learning a new concept, and if you're not going on the cruise you can still see how we're gonna make each quadrant being a different color. You will notice that the pattern has more visuals for you to understand the concepts, but of course we're gonna be covering that here on camera, so I took photos as I was designing this. I also changed the colors of the instructions in the pattern itself. So let's zoom back into round number 1 and let's understand the colors arranging. If you're gonna print out black and white, that's up to you as well. So let's just show you what those colors mean. For clarity, what I decided to do is that I gave each one of the colors a symbol of coloring like so. So you're going to notice on round number 1 is that you have red, blue, green, and this orange color. So what happens in round number 1, you're playing with 4 different yarn balls, so I changed the color of each one of those so that you could understand the concept even more. So you're going to notice that we're gonna be turning at the end of a round, so we don't continuously go around like a steering wheel. We turn and then we come back, and then turn and come back. So this is a granny square that's done in rounds where you have to turn at the end. So let's continue that. You're gonna need a 5mm size H crochet hook. The gauge for this is 13 double crochets by 6 rows equals 4 inches. For Crochet Cruisers, please maintain that size so that you bring a close enough square. The whole size of this square that you see here is a total of 16 inches wide. So 16 by 16 to give us this. So as we begin this pattern we're going to start off with one color and it'll create the center ring, and then we just start it and then we drop it and then bring up another color and then drop that one and then bring up another color and then drop it and bring up another color. So we're never gonna drag any of these other colors underneath any stitches. So this is not tapestry crochet. This is completely like blocking, almost like a Afghan concept. So grab your first color and let's begin to play. So you need to choose 4 different ball strands. So if you want to do the effect that I did, there's gonna be 2 of the same color then 2 of another color. So what's gonna happen is that we're gonna start off, it really doesn't matter which one you start off with because there is an equal looking square at the end of the day. So let's begin, and we are going to now continue then, and we're gonna start off and I'm gonna pick a color and we're gonna continue from that point. So with your 5mm size H crochet hook, let's begin our first slip knot, and I want you to chain a total of 3. So let's start. So 1, 2, and 3, and now insert your hook into the beginning chain and yarn over and pull through, and there is the center ring of your granny square. So let's start off round number 1. Keep this yarn in play. So you're gonna chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and in the same ring you want to apply 2 more double crochets. So let's count those. So 1 and 2. Now this is one side of this, so we want to change the color, but before we do it we have to chain 1 first and then just put down that color, leave it to the back of the project, always let that fall to the back, and let's grab another color. So I'm just gonna create a slip knot to begin, and you're gonna see lots of yarn strands in the very beginning round, so I want you to take care of those after we're done this round. So just put the slip knot on and pull that through. So that is your second chain. So the corners are always chaining a 2. The first one is the original color and the second pull through is the new color. So lay down the straggler on top, okay, of the ring area and just yarn over and just going into the ring, and I want you to double crochet. So pull the tension nice and tight and just double crochet 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna continue to another side. Just pull your yarn strands taut and then that'll tighten everything back up. So to turn a corner, let this straggler now fall to the back. You're never gonna deal with that again. Chain 1 and then grab another color and create a slip knot and do the exact same thing. So you've already chained 1, so you're gonna pull this one through and this will be the second chain. Now letting the straggler fall down into the center so that keeps it out of the way, I want you to put in 3 more double crochets using that new color. So for the cruisers you're just playing with really grays. Okay, so we got 3 sides of 4 done. So you chain 1 and then you grab your last remaining color. I'm just randomly choosing colors, and put that on and pull through. Now you're gonna come to the center again and lay down that straggler on top of the ring area so that you can trap it into position and double crochet 3 more times. So once we're done with this particular round we're gonna get rid of all the loose ends so that it's a nice clean way to look at it. So because this is the 4th type round, the 4th side, you were going to chain 1 and you're going to join to the top of the first one with a half double crochet. So wrap the hook going into the top of the chain 3, pull through and pull through 3. And this is what it looks like. So what I want you to do is I want you to turn it over and look for all the stragglers that you buried in. So do you see how you kind of buried it as you went? So what I want you to do is get rid of all those stragglers now so that they're out of your face. Make sure you only cut the ones that are actually physically a straggler. So now that the ends are trimmed we're going to just turn our work and go back in the same direction from which we just came. Rounds 2 through 9 are the exact same information. The difference is that it's getting bigger. The reason why it's written as 2 rows though, or rounds, is the fact that you have to go back with this color, and when we come back around we're gonna be with the new color. So it's written as 2 rounds because of the fact that there's coloring. So you're gonna just chain 3 to begin and you're gonna double crochet in the same space. So what we're going to do is that each one of those are gonna get a double crochet. So each stitch in here is 1 double crochet each, and it will consistently get bigger as we're circling around. In the next space here you want to apply 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, and to turn you're gonna chain 1, drop that to the back. Now grab the new color that is here and pull it up, and that is your chain 2. So that's your second. It looks kind of sloppy now but it'll tighten up in just a moment, and in the same space apply 2 double crochets with that new yarn. So 1 and 2, and then you can pull on that blue strand just to tighten things back up. So each one of that one is gonna get a double crochet 2. So 1, 2 and 3, and I'm not too worried. I did leave the stitch counts on the pattern for those that need it. And then in the next space that we have here is that there's gonna be 2 double crochets with this new color, and then chain 1 with it, and then let that drop to the back and grab the next color up, and then just make sure you tighten things back up, and then double crochet twice in that same space. And then 1 double crochet in each of those. So if you'd like to double check your counts if you're not feeling confident you can do that. I'm not too worried about it. So in the next corner you're going to apply 2 double crochets of this color, chain 1, drop it to the back, and then grab the next color up, and then just pull through and then double crochet 2 times. Always let the yarn fall to the back. If that's your biggest lesson today, that's what it is. And then you can just tighten up that other strand and then 1 double crochet. So you're now all the way pretty much back around, but you want to finish off that final. Don't forget the turning chain here looks like it's invisible, so don't forget that one. And then in the final space you're going to apply 2 double crochet, and then chain 1 and join it to the top of the first one with a half double crochet. So you've now just gone all the way around. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna turn and then do the next row. So this is row number 3. So we go back in the same direction from which we just came, and it's the same thing. So just chaining a 3 and then 1 double crochet in the same space so that you have a total of 2, and then 1 double crochet in each going all the way to the next corner. So what I want you to do is that I want you to go back and forth and do 9 rounds of this, and then what we're gonna do is just change things up a little bit, and once you get in the rhythm of this it's actually pretty easy to do, and you can understand it all the more, and with the mirrors it looks awesome. So in the chain 2 space you're going to apply 2 double crochet, chain 1, let it drop to the back, grab the next color up and get ready. So please do this all the way now, and I will see you at the end of this round just to recap, and then we're gonna continue then and further up into the project from round number 10. When you get all the way back around, don't forget that turning chain looks a little awkward. Okay, so don't forget to do that one first, and then do your last chain 2 space. So 2 double crochet, and because this is the end, you're gonna chain 1 and then join it with a half double crochet to the top. So I want you now to do rounds all the way through 9, and so you can count these out so you see 1, 2 and 3, and I want you to get that done and meet me back here, and we're gonna continue along in the pattern. So please enjoy, and I will be back in just a moment. I just gotta get that done first. When I last left you, I was way down here, so I've got 9 rounds done. You will be able to count the steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All colors are still attached at this point, and now we're going to go into round number 10. So we finished off and we actually joined here. So when we start off round number 10, we're not turning our project to go back in this direction. We're gonna continue to go in this direction across. So what I want you to do before we begin is that just go along and just cut the yarn about 6 inches for every one of those, except for the one that you're gonna use. So about 6 inches, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna trap the into position underneath, and let's get rid of those yarn strands so we're no longer playing with those. And now we're gonna continue. So as we pass by them, we're going to bury it underneath the stitches so we don't have to worry about it later. So round number 10, really quite a simple round, is that we are going to just chain up 1 and continue along and just single crochet in the same spot, and then apply 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way to the next corner. The corners will always be the same of single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So we'll finish off this first corner when we come all the way back around. So I'll meet you at the first corner. I'll show you what to do with that yarn that we just cut, and then we'll continue. When you come to the first corner, you're just applying 1 single crochet in each, and now grab the yarn strand that you had to cut and want to get ready for that. So we want to leave it underneath the stitches. So just 1 single crochet in the corner, chain 2 and 1 single crochet. So go right up over top of this strand. So just start in the next one and just continue and bury it for about 2-3 inches. So you're just leaving it on top of the line, and therefore you don't have to really sew it in later. If you feel more comfortable with sewing in your strands, then please do so, but this is kind of a cheating way to be able to do it. And once you have what you believe is to be long enough, which I think it is, I'm going to let it fall and then continue around. So I want you to do the same concept then every time you hit a corner, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. When you come all the way around to the first corner you started with, you're gonna single crochet and then join to the top of the first one with the half double crochet join. And you wanna fasten off at this point, and this is it for this color. So we're now gonna move on to the frame of the box. So I just laid it over top of the original just so you can see that it does fit in the size. So what we can do here is that for the cruisers you can do any kind of frame that you would like to do, any colors. I did the yellow just to represent the lights, but I am changing the light colors, and I'm gonna use a red frame for this particular sample. So be creative and have fun, and let's begin to do the next section, which is creating the frame. So let's start off in a corner. It can be any corner that you wish. I'm just gonna start there. That's fine. So what we want to do is round number 11, we want to change our color, and this will be the color of the entire frame. So I'm gonna just choose red because it's fun, and I also have a partial ball of it. So what I want to do is go into the chain 2 space right here in the corner, but what I want to do is that I want to do a standing single crochet. So how you do that is you insert put the slip knot onto the hook first and insert into the chain 2 space. I want you to wrap the yarn and pull through, but do not pull through the first loop, and now you have 2 loops on the hook. Just pull through all 2, and that's your first single crochet. That's called a standing single crochet. So what I want you to do for round number 11 is that I want you to go into the back loop only of every one of these stitches. The only time you can't go into a back loop is if it's a corner. So if you're new to crochet, each one of these strands that you see, there is 2. The first one that's closest to you is the front loop. The next one that's furthest from you is the back loop. So just starting in the back loop only, I want you just to start in. So see where I'm going in. So the top of this one is right here, and just go in the back loop only. Put the straggler down on top of the line, and then just single crochet. So you can pull things nice and tight. So in the back loop only, working all the way across. So in the corners you're gonna do what you already did before. You're gonna single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then continue with the back loop single crochet in the main frame. So let me take you to the first corner, and then we'll see you there in a moment. So I'm coming to my first corner. I'm making sure I go to the back loop all the way to the corner, and now in the chain 2 space apply 1 single crochet, chain 2 and 1 single crochet, so that you can't apply any back looping in that one. Turn your project and now continue down. See the first one right here? It's just a little bit hidden, so just move it out of the way if you have to, and just go in the back loop only and single crochet. So please do the same idea going all the way around. This is round number 11, and then we'll continue on. Do not fasten off at the end of this round. So I'm coming to the end of round number 11, and I'm just going to single crochet in the chain 2 space and then join it to the first standing single crochet with a half double crochet join. So it's a nice way of having everything look done. Do not fasten off. In round number 12 we're going to continue the same thing. No back looping this time though, so just chain up 1 single crochet in that chain 2 space. The half double crochet join equals the chain 2 space, and then what you just need to do then is starting in the first single crochet. Just don't lose your marking there. So just start in the first and just do 1 single crochet in each single crochet all the way around, except for the corners. You will apply 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. So please do that all the way around for round number 12. So I'm just coming up to the end of round number 12. Okay, so we're just gonna go into the chain 2 space with the single crochet and then join it to the top of the first single crochet with the half double crochet join. I want you to get rid of this color now and just put it aside and just cut your yarn and weave in your ends. And the next round we're gonna do the light bulbs, and you can use any color that you wish for your light bulbs. You could, and I'm gonna try a variegated yarn just to see what it looks like, and again if you don't like it you can always pull it out. So continue along and let's move on to round number 13 next. So Caron Jumbo is the actual brand that's variegated for Caron 1 pound, and you can find some great colors if you'd like to match the gauge of the yarn for Caron 1 pound. So I'm gonna try this yarn, and this is called Forget Me Not Variegated. Let's see what that looks like as light bulbs. So let's begin to start with round number 13. Create a slip knot, and we're gonna create our first stitch. So what we want, you're gonna see the chain 2 space and you're gonna see the first stitch over, and I want you to go to the second. Okay, so the second stitch in, and we're gonna start with the beginning bean stitch. You're only ever gonna do it 1 time for a beginning because we're getting started. So put the slip knot onto the hook and then wrap the yarn and pull through. And then okay, so now I want you to go back into the same stitch, yarning over, pulling it through, and then yarning over, pulling it through. Now that you have all of that on your hook, yarn over, pull through everything, and that is your bean stitch, and I need you to chain 2 after that's done. So 1 and 2. So now I want you to skip the next stitch and go to the second over and start your bean stitch as normal. So that was the beginning one. So you just go into the second one over, pull through, then yarning over, going into the same stitch, pull through, and then yarning over, same stitch, pull through. Once you've done that, just yarn over, pull through everything, and then chain 2 to move on. Okay, so skip the next one and single crochet in the next one. So sorry, start your bean stitch, so going in, pull through, yarning over and in, pull through, yarning over, in, pull through, and then pull through everything and chain 2. So I want you to do that. There's a total of 20 of these all the way to the next corner. The cruisers, if you're worried about that, just make sure that you do get your 20 in there, because then you can balance it off with the border. So if you're off by 1 stitch it probably won't make a difference. So continue that all the way to the first corner, and I'll see you there in just a moment. So now hitting my first corner, I've just finished the bean stitch. So instead of chaining 2, I want you to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then go to the second stitch over. So turn the corner, see the first one, go to the second and start your next bean stitch. So just going in and starting your next bean, and continue to do that. So what's gonna happen in the next round is that we are going to cover over top of these spaces in between and the chain, so that they looks like they're standing on their own. So just skipping the next one, bean in the next, and please do the same concept going all the way around. This is round number 13. So I'm coming up to the final one, and I want to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and slip stitch to the top of the first bean stitch like so. And so let's get rid of this color. Let's just fasten off, and then we're gonna bring back our red, do the final 2 rounds in red, and we're gonna be covering in the spaces to make these look like they're standing on their own. So let's begin round number 14. It looks complicated instruction wise, but that's because it's asking you to do some unique things. So create a slip knot first with using the red, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in this chain 2 space. So don't start in this one. This is chain 4. Start in the chain 2 space and just attach it. So just wrap it around and then chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and in that same chain 2 space put another double crochet. So that's half of your corner. So now what I want you to do is that I need you to go down into the next single crochet that is in the red. Okay, so we have to do that before we can start with the beans. Then single crochet into the top of the bean stitch. Then single crochet into this one here. Do you see that? You're going into the red, and what this is doing is isolating those out. Okay, so then top of the bean for a single, and then the next one is a double down here. And I want you to do that all the way across, and then I'll meet you at the first corner. So single at the top, double at the bottom, single top, double bottom. So please do that all the way to the first corner. I'll see you there in just a moment. So I'm coming up to the first corner and I'm just continuing to what I already know, and I'm going to single at the top of this bean. Now before you can head into the corner you have to double crochet into the last stitch that was available to you, and then start your corner. So the chain 2 is right there, so just do the same thing. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet down there, and then start your next side. So remember, before you start your next side you have to go into the single crochet that exists before this one. So just come down with the double and then top with the single, and please do that all the way around for the remaining of this round. This is round number 14. So I'm coming up all the way around and make sure I get that one just after the bean stitch before applying my 2 double crochets into the final corner. So apply your 2 double crochets there. So 1 and 2, and then join to the first chain 3 with a half double crochet join. We have one more round to do. Simple round, no thoughts, just do. So just finish this off. So the last round, round number 15, just simply just chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around, and then that's it. On the corners you were going to apply 2 double crochet, on the corners you're going to apply 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. So please do that all the way around. 1 single crochet in each, and the corners 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. So I'm coming up all the way to the end. I'm just single crocheting right to the corner, and in the last corner I want to apply the other half of the corner. So it's gonna be, in just a second, it's gonna be a single crochet and then join together with the first one with the half double crochet join. Now if you're on the Crochet Cruises, I need you to really secure in all of your loose ends before coming to the ship. You need to make a total of 9 of these, and just see the instructions says I want you to decorate your mirrors as if it was your mirror and you were doing makeup. So you need to do 9 mirrors all together and then bring those to the cruise ship, and we're gonna be changing them on board. For those that would like to enjoy this pattern even more, this is it for the square. You know, you can do your joining, single crochet, you could half double crochet joins, anything like that that you think is acceptable, and that'd be good to go. So make sure you just weave in your ends and then you're good to go. So let's back up the camera and take a look at this monstrosity. I'm just using my scrap yarns today just to demonstrate what it looks like, but here's what it is. If it's not sitting flat, just block it. I've not blocked it. It's sitting flat for me, and you can see that here's the original and it's the same size. So until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.